Hello and welcome back to this channel. This is Adam with AK Lighting. Well, in today's video I'm going to go over how to properly run your wire in the trench that you have just dug. So in the last video I showed you how to trench. In this video I'm going to show you how to run the wire in the grass. Okay, so there's a little bit of a technique and I'm going to show you what other people do and then I'll show you what I do. That is much better, way easier, and you'll go a lot faster. Alright, so here's the trench that we have just dug. And we stopped right there, and that's kind of where we stopped in the last video. So here we are. We have our spool of wire. This is a 16-2 wire. I like using 16-2 wire when I'm not using a lot of lights, because 12-2 wire is very expensive, and you really don't need that unless you have halogen bulbs. So we make sure if we're coming from this light that there's enough wire to go to that light. And then we're going to run this spool this way. So what most people do when they run their wire is they'll use their hands. So they'll just go like this and they'll stick it in there, and I guess that works, especially if you have gloves, but I do not like to get my hands really dirty, which is kind of ironic because I work outside, but I don't like to get them dirty, and so they'll put it in there. I've also seen people get a piece of wood and push the wire down like that. And it does work, and it's something that has worked for them. So obviously it's not a terrible option, but what I'm going to show you is much better. So you're going to make sure that this is kind of along the line, the trench like that. And we're going to come over here to these tools. So you can either get a hand weeder like this, okay, or you can get a longer weeder. Now these longer weeders, this right here is super sharp. So I usually get a hammer and I hammer these down so it's dull, because if you keep it sharp and you push it in the wire into the ground, you'll probably slice the wire. So make it so it's dull. And I like these long handles so I don't have to bend down, so I can do this while I stand up. So you go like this, you get the fork right here, and you push the wire with the fork into the ground, deep in there. Okay, and then you don't want to go like this all the way down. What you do is you go about 2-3 feet from where you push down, and you push down over here, and then you push down in the middle. Now the reason why you do that, because if you go like this, you're going to end up scrunching the wire, and you'll be using a lot more wire than you will ever imagine. And you're like, okay, how in the world did I run out of the amount of wire that I had in that spool? It's because you scrunched it. So essentially what it's doing is it's going like this. You push it down, and then it kind of, the wire, here, I'll show you. So essentially what it does is you push it like that, so it's pinched, and then you pinch it there, but then this in the middle kind of bubbles up. So if it's bubbling up, it's scrunching. So let's say it scrunches there, and if you scrunch all the way down, you're going to be using a lot of wire. So you push down here to secure it in the mud, then you push over here, and then you push it in the middle. Okay. Then do it again. So we've already pushed it there. So we come down here, and then you push it in the middle. Okay. Come over here. Push it in the middle. Okay, this started to come up a little bit, so I'll make sure that's put in the ground. Okay, come down here. Push it in. Push it in the middle. Come over here. Push it in the middle. And there you go. And then, to cover it up, since we trenched this way, so I had my shovel and I pushed outward like this, we're going to have to come over to this side, and we're going to step on it on this side. And that way, all the dirt and mud that's bunched up right here will be able to fill in the gap. So we just stomp on it like this. I like to use both feet, but you'll push it like this. Now if you go the opposite direction, can you see that? I guess maybe you can't see it, but the mud, the angle is going this way. So you are essentially just pressing this back down here. So there's no mud on this side or dirt on this side to push up. So this is kind of just like folded up and you fold it back down. So there you go. You can't even tell that I just trenched here, and we have a 6-inch trench here with wire that was just placed. So look at that. Very nicely done. After you run the wire all the way down and press it, you will not even know that there was a gap here. So there you have it. After we've trenched in the last video, this is how you run the wire properly using the right tool and not using your fingers unless you want to do that and push it in the ground. So there you go. Now you know how to run the wire. So best of luck with your landscape lighting project, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.